Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, April 17th. Today is your last day of new work for a week. Next week is April break. So, congratulations, you've made it to April break. Many of you have really earned this well deserved break. So, I know you can't really get out of the house, and I was watching the news last night, and the weather doesn't look like it's going to be very nice next week, but maybe you can catch up on your favorite show, or watch some movies, or pick up a new hobby. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it for myself. The sixth grade teachers and I started calling families yesterday, and we're going to finish calling families today just to remind them that next week is April break, so not to expect any new work from us next week. But if you are missing work, we did let your families know that you should be making up that missing work next week. Next week's going to be your perfect opportunity to make up any work you're missing because you won't feel overwhelmed with new work coming in at the same time. So, because no new work's coming in, you'll have the time to make up the old work that you didn't get done. So, we are letting your families know if you are one of those students. But otherwise, if you don't have any work to make up, the week is yours, free time. As a reminder, today is Friday, so your homework is due tonight by midnight. That was posted on Monday. What else do I have? I had told my small group this, and I think I've been telling people that I've talked to here and there this week, but when we come back from April break, the ELA work will be much less. So now that we finished the book, we don't have to do as much work, and BPS and the Department of Education both asked that the workload be about half of the typical school day. So that is what we will start doing on the Monday after break. So I hope that helps some of you who have been feeling overwhelmed. I think those are all of my announcements. I was just looking at my notes. I think that's all of my announcements. Today's a super quick lesson, so let's get right to it. Awesome. If you do not already have your notebook, go ahead and grab that. If you do not already have a pencil or something to write with, go ahead and grab that. And you will eventually need your Dragon Wings book. If you don't have your Dragon Wings book, you can open the pages that are posted on yesterday's assignment. And if you're not ready, you can pause this video. I'm going to go ahead with the do now. Our do now today is realization. This is a tier 2 word. You should have heard this word before. It can be used in a variety of contexts and contents. The definition is the state of understanding or becoming aware of something. So it's when you finally know something that you didn't know before. And this relates to our final chapter of the book because Wind Rider came to the realization that family is more important than flying. Very important realization. There's a picture of a girl thinking of all these different realizations. If you're not finished, you can go ahead and pause. I'm going to move on for the sake of time. Awesome. So today we do not have any new notes, and that's because just like yesterday, we are repeating the process that we did with Chapter 11. So on Tuesday of this week, we did a summary for Chapter 11, and then yesterday we did a summary of Chapter 12. On Wednesday of this week, we did some basic comprehension questions about Chapter 11, and then today we are doing the same thing for Chapter 12. So go ahead and open the Google form that is attached to your assignment on Google Classroom. It should be titled Chapter 12 Text-Dependent Questions. And again, these aren't necessarily text-dependent questions. When Ms. Cromartie and I talk about text-dependent questions, we're talking about like higher order thinking questions, questions that require a lot of thought. These are really more so just some basic comprehension questions. So it should be super easy, just like Wednesday was for you. At this time, if you don't have the Google form of Chapter 12 text-dependent questions open, you can go ahead and pause this video. For the sake of time, I am going to continue the directions. So as you can see, it's the same exact format as Wednesday. 1A and 1B questions. The 1A questions are simply basic comprehension, and the 1B questions are asking you to go back into the text to prove your answer. So the other day I did not do one with you on the video, and I did get a couple questions. So today I am going to do number 1A and 1B with you. So please make sure that you follow closely along, because I am going to give you two of the answers. So 1A says, why did the company want to find Windrider and Moonshadow? Your options are to ask them to come back to the company, to get the money they are owed, to help Windrider and Moonshadow with Dragon Wings, or to find out what happened with Black Dog. So again, this is just basic comprehension. I shouldn't have to go back into the text because I read this thoroughly yesterday. So I comprehended that the company wanted to find Windrider and Moonshadow to help them with Dragon Wings. So that third option, C, should be the correct answer. To help Windrider and Moonshadow with Dragon Wings. They do eventually ask them to come back to the company at the end of the chapter. However, that was not their purpose of going there in the first place. And they definitely didn't ask for any money that was owed. They actually ended up giving Windrider and Moonshadow more money. And they didn't ask what happened with Black Dog. They know what happened with Black Dog. This is Black Dog's second attack on Moonshadow. Black Dog has been hooked on drugs, so he's not in his right state of mind. So they know what happened with him. So again, to help Windrider and Moonshadow with Dragon Wings is the correct answer. So now, to get 1B, a piece of evidence from the text to support that, I need to open my book to Chapter 12, which begins on page 288. Page 288. So you should also be opening up to page 288 right now. If you don't physically have the book, then you can open the pages that are posted on yesterday's assignment. If you're not ready, you can pause the video. Awesome. So, Windrider and Moonshadow are two of our main characters, so those would not be good keywords to look for because they're constantly being mentioned in this text. However, the company hasn't been in the text during Chapter 11 because Moonshadow and Windrider moved away from the company. So I think the company could be a good key phrase or words to look for to find this answer. So I'm going to start skimming on page 288 for capital C for the company. So I'm skimming page 288 for capital C words. I see clap for hand clap, and I know he's a part of the company, so I'm going to slow down and read that sentence. Hand clap stood there as if he had appeared by magic. That tells me that the company is coming, but it doesn't tell me yet that they're coming to help with Dragon Wings. So I'm going to move on to page 289. Still looking for capital C words. All right, the fifth sentence down from 289 says, behind the wagon came the company with coils of ropes over their shoulders and baskets of food. So technically we could infer that those ropes are to bring dragon wings to the top of the mountain. So we could use that piece of evidence if we have to infer. However, I'm hoping we can find a better piece of evidence. So I'm going to keep skimming. So I'm skimming for capital C words. I see hand clap again, who is in the company. So let me slow down and read that sentence on the middle of 289. Then hand clap, Lefty and White Deer crowded around. That doesn't show me that they're here to help with dragon wings, so I'm going to keep skimming for capital C words. All right, so although I am seeing more capital C words that are not the company, I did notice words about flying starting to happen, and I did notice a lot of dialogue between the company and Moonshadow. So when this happens, sometimes you need to slow down and start actually rereading pages. So I'm actually going to go back to the middle of page 289, where I had last read aloud a sentence. I had read, then hand clap Lefty and White Deer crowded around. And I'm going to slow down now and I'm going to start rereading these pages because I think our answer might be here. Now, it might not say the company, it might say Lefty or Uncle. Those are all parts of the company. So one of them might specifically say that they're here to help with dragon wings. So that's why we need to slow down. So again, I'm going to start rereading in the middle of page 289. Then hand clap Lefty and White Deer crowded around. Am I ever glad you're here, I said. Poor father. Uncle held up his hands. We know. That's why we came. But how? Why? I was bursting with a dozen questions all at once. Why, to help you get that thing up to the top of the hill, Uncle said. Why else would we close up our shop and take a boat and climb this abominable hill, all on the coldest, wettest day ever known since creation? Awesome. So we have a solid piece of evidence that proves that the company came to help Windrider Moonshadow with dragon wings. Uncle just said, why, to help you get that thing up to the top of the hill. We know that that thing is dragon wings. So you're going to go ahead and copy that sentence into 1B. Again, it's on page 289 in the last paragraph. Why? To help you get that thing up to the top of the hill, Uncle said. So you are going to type that into 1B. Alright, so if you are not finished, you can pause this video. I'm going to move on for the sake of time. That's all I'm looking for with this Google form. Super, super basic. So like I said, you shouldn't have to go back in the text for the A parts. The A parts are comprehension parts. When I ask you comprehension questions, I'm wondering what you remember from the text. So if you are maybe on like the third question and you aren't remembering anything, then that means that you probably weren't focused when you were listening or reading chapter 12 yesterday. So you might have to reread the chapter. Otherwise, this is going to be a difficult assignment and you're going to find yourself constantly going back into the text when you should have comprehended and remembered. Really, the only reason you should have to go back into the text is for the Part B parts. So, that being said, that's it for today. Again, I will not see you until, let me give you the exact date so that we don't have any confusion. So I will post another video on Monday, April 27th. Monday, April 27th will be our next video. So again, you won't have any new work next week. And if you are behind, please, please, please take next week to catch up, because you're really not going to have any other opportunity like next week to catch up. Next week is our last vacation of the year. So please, please, please catch up if you need to. Just a heads up that teachers are on vacation too next week. So if you are catching up and you are emailing us or commenting on Google Classroom, then we might not see it. Like, I personally try my best to not check my email or Google Classroom when I'm on vacations or on the weekends, because I just need a break. So if you really, really, really cannot figure something else or figure something out on your own, then I would recommend that you contact your teachers via text or phone call. Obviously, we always have our phones on us, so even if we're not checking our emails when we are on vacation, we are checking our phones. So if you do need to get in touch with me next week, please call or text me. And if you forgot my phone number, it's posted every day on every assignment in the directions, so you can get it from there. Awesome. So that is it for today. I hope that you have a relaxing April break. I know that it stinks that you can't really do anything. Some of you might have had family vacations planned that are now canceled. I know that's really disappointing. Some of you might have had plans to go to like Chez Vu or Boston Bowl or something, and now you can't do that. So I'm really sorry that we're in this difficult time, but try to find things that will bring you joy within your home, and just enjoy relaxing. All right. I miss you guys. Have a great week. I will talk to you Monday, April 27th. Bye.